Most people who want to be an MCT are stuck on the certification half, which is the easy half. The instructional requirement is the real gate, and this is the one nobody talks about. I am a Microsoft certified trainer. I almost never mention it most of the time, and I'm going to explain why that is, along with the exact reason what it took me to become one. Because the information out there is either a copy of official page or a sales pitch or someone's bootcamp. If you're looking to become an MCT because you want to teach, this is worth 10 minutes. If you're looking at it because you think it is another badge for your profile, I'll save you the money in about 90 seconds. So what an MCT actually is. Start with what it is not, because that cleans up most of the confusion. MCT is not a certification. You do not take an exam called MCT. There's no score test, there's no question bank, there's no pass mark. It is a membership program. You pay, you apply, you qualify, and you pay a fees, and then you become a member for a year, and then you do it again next year, or you're not one of them anymore. What membership gets you is the access to official Microsoft courseware, the material that gets delivered in the authorized training, access to the trainer community, and finally, the right to say you are the one. That last part is where people get confused. They see three letters after the name and assume it's like AC 104, where letter means you passed something hard. MCT means you qualified for a program and you kept paying for it. I want to be clear that I'm not being dismissive. The program is genuinely useful if you are going to teach, because it's a different kind of thing than a certification, and treating it like a badge is a single most common mistake. So there are two requirements that are not equally hard. Gate number one is technical. You need a current qualifying Microsoft certification. Role-based one is actually what qualifies. If you already hold an Azure administrator or a solution architect certificate and it's current and it's active, you have cleared this gate without doing anything extra. Most people reading about MCT have already cleared gate 1, and this is why they think they are close. Gate number 2 is instructional. You have to demonstrate that you can actually teach, and this is where people stop. This is not a formality. Microsoft is licensing you to deliver their official courseware to paying customers, and they want the evidence that you will not be a bad teacher. The evidence can come from a few different directions now: a recognized trainer qualification, a teaching credential, or a documented instructional experience that someone will vouch for. Here's the thing. I want you to sit with it. Gate 2 is the entire program. The certification requirement filters the people who know Azure. The instructional requirement filters the people who can transfer that knowledge to a room full of students. Those are different skills, and second one is much rare. I have watched brilliant engineers be genuinely terrible instructors, not because they lacked the knowledge, just because they could not remember what it feels like to not know the thing. That's a skill the program is testing for, and it's the one that you cannot cram. And the part nobody budgets for, there is the cost, and it's the annual fees. But the fees is really not the cost. The cost is that your qualifying certification has to stay current too. So you're not paying once a year, you're maintaining a certification and the membership permanently, or the whole thing lapse. If you're going to teach 20 days a year, that is trivial. If you're going to teach 0 days a year and put the letter on LinkedIn, you are paying the annual subscription for just those three letters. Do the math honestly before you apply. Let me spare two things people conflate. If you deliver training for a living, courseware access alone justifies it. Building a 25-day Azure course from scratch is weeks of work. Having official material updated is a different value between viable business and the unpaid content project. There's a real value and it's substantial. If you do not deliver training honestly, the answer is that thing is just worthless for you. It does not make you a better engineer. It does not open doors in hiring because most hiring managers do not know what it is. It will definitely not differentiate you on the resume for an engineering role. I mention mine rarely because in the context where I mostly operate, which is consulting and building, it does not signal anything useful. In the context of training, it signals a lot. Same credential, wildly different values, and it is entirely dependent on what you actually do. Now, who should not do this? Three groups, which is plainly. If you have never taught anything, go and teach first. Run a lunch and learn. Take a study group, record something and watch yourself back, which is uncomfortable than it sounds and most useful than anything else on the list. You'll find out rather quickly if you like it, and liking it matters more than qualifying for it. If you are collecting credentials, this one is a subscription, not an achievement. It renews or it dies, and a lapsed one on your profile is worse than never having one. If you think it's a shortcut into a training career, it is not a shortcut. It's a permission to use material once you already have the skills. The order of this matters. Get good at teaching and then you should get this program. Now, talking about who should. If you already teach formally or informally, and you want to do it properly, this is a straightforward yes. You have the hard half already. The program is now administrative layer on top of the skill that you already have. If you are somewhere in the middle, wanting to teach but not doing it yet, the answer is not to apply. The answer is to start teaching in whatever low stake way is available to you and let that credential follow the practice rather than you leading it. So, two gates. Certification 1, you probably have already cleared. The instruction 1 is the actual program and it's the one worth taking seriously. If you want to teach, it is worth doing. If you just want the MCT badge, save yourself the money. If you found this helpful, please bump the subscribe button and come join my learning community at cloudlearn.io. Teaching is most of what I do now, and the platform is where all of that work ends up being. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and keep building.